It's not even controversial anymore.
People know in Florida their freedoms are going to be respected.
Well, looky. You're not Nicole. Weird.
No, weird.
Wow. Welcome to the Undivided studio, all the way from Florida.
All the way.
I don't know if we can properly do Florida Report if you're not there, but we'll try our best.
Yeah, we'll try our best.
Let's start, since we were kind of LGBTQ plus heavy on the show today. Why don't we just start there with Florida too? So I'm split about this. I will be honest. They made the decision across the country. The Department of Transportation said no rainbow crosswalks or other crosswalks that aren't just like a crosswalk.
Yeah.
So they've started the process of getting rid of these, right? And Florida was like right on it. Except one of the ones they got rid of was in honor of the Pulse nightclub shooting victims.
Yeah.
And I understand why people are mad about that. I do.
Yeah. I think there's always a way to approach things. I understand that it's either all or nothing in this regard, because then every city is going to come up with a reason to try to keep their crosswalks however they want to have them. But I think they could have just approached it like, let's name the street for the victims.
Yes.
Let's do a monument so that we can keep, crosswalks for walking on. But instead, like, obviously that's not what they did. They're just like, everybody's crosswalk has to go back to a normal crosswalk by September 4th. And this one was unfortunately included in that as a whole. And I think it could have used a little more sensitivity in addressing it.
Yeah, well, apparently, so the activists came out, they kept repainting it. So the state would come out, or the city, I don't remember if it was the state or the city, and they'd paint it normal, and then they'd come back out and they'd paint it rainbow, and that went back and forth. And finally, I think the state patrol told them, you can put chalk on there.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to wash off, but you'll be arrested if you come back and paint it.
Yeah, exactly. So they've had groups of protesters kind of out there just constantly re-chalking the sidewalk. But I think eventually even protesters should get behind a movement to do some sort of more permanent, maybe a little, because I don't really like the idea of walking on a memorial. I think that you could easily create something a little bit more beautiful, something people can leave flowers at, sit by without standing in traffic to memorialize these poor people who lost their lives at Pulse.
And I think there are other memorials for the Pulse Club shooting, but you're right. I mean, there's so many other things you can do. And I get it. And I should also note that Florida has been painting over, like there was a couple Blue Lives Matter, like police crosswalk type things, which is so hilarious because that would never be allowed here ever in a million years. So it shows you they're being consistent. It's not just no rainbow crosswalks. It's no anything except a crosswalk.
Exactly. And I think I can agree with that. I do think that people need all or nothing rules. Otherwise, somebody's always going to try to find a loophole to get through it and make it work for them.
Yeah.
So
consistency is key.
It is.
For sure.
It is.
This is infuriating me. Of course, we have a tie now with this whole illegal truck driver who killed 3 people on the Florida Turnpike. Now Washington State might lose federal funds if we don't enforce our English language standards for big rig drivers. This is an honest to God headline from CBS News. Attorney says truck driver in fatal Florida Turnpike U-turn crash is grieving as the victims are identified.
I honestly, that headline infuriated me too, because you should have been grieving the moment that you made that mistake that took the lives of people on the highway. Not now that you're facing, looking down the barrel of your consequences. Suddenly now you're grieving the loss of these people.
Well, and I'm not saying, I don't know this guy. I don't know. I mean, the video was weird because he doesn't look like he has this reaction at all when he's doing this very dangerous U-turn and people slam into his big rig. It looks like he's just stoic. Now, I don't know. I'm sure that if I, accidentally killed someone, in this case, this was obviously a crime because of the nature of what he did. But I'm just saying generally, I probably would feel horrible for the rest of my life. So I'm not saying he doesn't feel bad. I don't know. But that's not the headline you choose. Who's grieving? The families and people who lost someone they loved. And then at the same time, there was this, what was it, a petition?
Yeah, change.org petition to seek leniency, asking Ron DeSantis specifically and the clemency board to go lenient on this guy with the charges that he's being accused of. And then if he is found guilty, asking for leniency in the crimes and making sure that maybe he gets the opportunity to be paroled or something because he didn't do it with malicious intent.
It's just crazy, but like, they will fight for illegal aliens like nothing I've ever seen. In fact, can we play, because you weren't here yesterday?
Yeah.
This clip of them singing for the Maryland man, MS-13 gang member. Here you go.
Kilmar is our neighbor. You can't have him Trump. No! Kilmar is our neighbor. You can't have him Trump.
Now, it's catchy, and it's been stuck in my head. But it's like, imagine them going that hard. Come sing for the working class Americans who are having a hard time making ends meet, or the victims of crime. No, they'll sing for the domestic abuser, illegal alien. It's just, they've lost their minds.
They've lost their minds. And honestly, would they do that for an American citizen that made
No.
this same mistake? No, like, I don't know. It really is just something that bums me out. But another thing that's kind of happened in the wake of this is DeSantis has directed several like truck inspection sites in Florida to perform immigration checkpoints.
Yeah.
So when you have these truck drivers coming through, because the state of Florida does not recognize their commercial driver's license or any driver's license issued by another state to an illegal immigrant.
Yeah, it's insane. And so now in these efforts to protect illegal aliens, you've actually made it more likely that they're going to get picked up and deported from the country. So congratulations, leftists. All right, Miranda, with a Washington edition of Florida Report, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's not even controversial anymore.
People know in Florida their freedoms are going to be respected.